Going on a long hike can be fun and challenging, so much that we often neglect navigation and make small mistakes that can end up in dangerous situations. What's up, guys? My name is Dan, and in this video, we're going to talk through some of those mistakes and how to avoid them. Okay, a huge mistake is not downloading maps ahead of time. What I do is I use onX Backcountry. I go online onto my computer, log into the website. I'm able to look for exactly where I want to go. I'm able to click save offline. And then when I pull up my phone, I can log in and then automatically download it right to my phone. So that way, when I'm out in the backcountry, I can access my map when I'm completely offline. One of the biggest mistakes is not remembering to do that ahead of time. You get out there and all of a sudden you're stuck without a map. All right, this is a prime example of downloading something like onX Backcountry on your phone. We came and just kind of stood here for a while, just admiring this epic view. And then we get back and we're like, which way did we come from? We completely got turned around. Anyway, I was able to pull out onX and it told me exactly which way was the right way. So you have to get that app, do it, or you're gonna get lost and walk 10 miles in the wrong direction.
That's the wrong direction.
Okay. Another big mistake is not looking at the terrain ahead of time to determine the best course for the physical level of your group. We've got two options here. We can go up this way to Lake Park Trail. We can take the Hankins Pass Trail, keep going down this way. And the big concern for us Wisconsin boys, because we are flatlanders, is elevation gain, and then also just the height of where we're at as far as like oxygen level, because we struggle out here. It just takes a lot longer to hike, so a lot more breaks and that kind of thing. So I'm trying to take the route with the least elevation gain and sort of my biggest bang for my buck, and I think I've figured it out. So I'm on the topo part of onX Backcountry. We're the red dot. This is the trail that we could take. Here we could go down to lower elevation, which goes down to about 9,000 feet. But then we got to go all the way back up to about 10.8 to connect right here. If I go this way, which is the higher elevation pass, we're already at 10,000 feet and we're only going to hike up to 11.4. Right in here somewhere is about where we're going to hike. That's about the highest elevation. So you can see it's 11.4 on the topo map. We're just going to try it. We're going to go that direction. So this is why it's great to have this type of a map, this type of an app to be able to, you know, determine what's the best course of action. I have a discount code at onX. It's literally like $30 for the year normally to get all the features of onX. They gave me a 20% code, so that's even cooler for you guys. $23, I think what it comes to, so that's like what, your dinner and a soda at the restaurant that you're gonna go to at the end of the hike. That's more than worth it to be able to plan every hike you do for the rest of the year. Another huge mistake I see people make all the time is that they don't plan out their miles and their campsites prior to actually going on their hike. I use onX Backcountry like I mentioned earlier. Yes, they're sponsoring this video, but I've been using onX for an eternity. So when a company reaches out to you and is like, hey, we want to pay you to talk about a product you already love, it's like, gee, let me think about that. Yeah, please. So I track with this as well. This is the Garmin InReach Mini, but I also use onX because it will show me where mileage is. It'll oftentimes show me where campsites are exactly. So I can determine with the terrain, with the miles, campsites, weather, all of that, because there's weather in the app too. It literally tells you weather of where you're going to be at. I can plan out my entire hike before I go. Look who made it to the top. I only got a 35mm lens, but he's right between those trees. Wave! Nice. I'd be willing to bet he got some pretty insane shots up there because you can see the sun where he's at, and that's pretty cool. I'm just too tired to go up there. Another humongous, like big, huge mistake a lot of people make is that they don't leave their navigation plans with people back home. I don't know, maybe you don't have any friends. I don't know, do you have friends? Emmett has friends. Even he leaves stuff back home with his friends when we're out here. And the big reason for that is if you get lost or something ends up just not going well at all and you don't end up where you're supposed to be at the time you said you were gonna be, At least people have a route to follow. They know where you were supposed to be so they can send out search and rescue and try to find you. But also along with that, another huge mistake is that if your plans change, people don't send those changes back home. So in other words, we decided to take a different route because of the elevation difference, and we knew that there wasn't going to be snow there. And I was able to send those plans back home so that my wife knew which route I was going to switch to. It's worth every penny to me to be able to do that for my own safety and the safety of Emmett, because we all care about Emmett, don't we? He's literally like cheering right now. So I posted on the community tab about hiking in Colorado. I mentioned I'd be here, and so many people suggested the Lost Creek Wilderness, and thank you so much. Did not disappoint. You guys were absolutely right. This place is unreal. Another big mistake that I see a lot of hikers make is that they don't track their hike. What I mean by that is they don't, what do I mean by that? They don't track where they've been from. Now, there's a lot of ways to do that. You could do that with something like this, the Garmin InReach or some other expensive tracker, or you could do it the really inexpensive way with the Onyx Backcountry app. So Emmett and I were able to tell exactly where we've gone this entire backpacking trip. We've been able to see which campsites we were at, when we started, when we ended, how much time we spent, how fast we were going, all those things. Those are really important for you, because if you ever left something back at a campsite, you need to go get it. Or if you need to send details to somebody else, like, hey, this is where we were, you know, anything out of the ordinary that could possibly come up where you would need to know where you've been. Or maybe you go off trail for some reason and there wasn't a trail on that map, and you want to be able to track where you're going, so that all you've got to do is literally turn around, and Onyx will point you in the exact direction to show you exactly the direction you should be going to follow your track, as if it was the trail back to the trail. Yes! This is amazing. I made it to the top. It was tough. I'm better than Emmett now, obviously. It's a beautiful thing. All right, guys, I hope that helped you out. Hope you liked this video. Hope those mistakes were helpful to make you not do the mistakes. And we'll see you guys on the next one.